All right, so every time I make steaks, I collect the pellicles, and these are the fresh ones I collected today. These are from previous runs, so I'm gonna combine those with ground pork, which I'm gonna make my own, as well as you can use pork belly or bacon. So the ratio is for 1 pound of beef, you'll put 2 pounds of pork and half a pound of pork belly or bacon. So I'll describe the full recipe in a second, but let's grind all the meat first. To make my job easier for mixing later, what I like to do is grab pellicle and pork together and send it through the grinder kind of together. That way I don't have to do as much work later on. All the meat is done, and now we're gonna add salt. I'm adding roughly 80 grams of salt for the amount of meat I have here. It's sea salt, and I have black pepper, garlic powder, and paprika powder mixed in here. It's really just based on taste, how much you want. And then I also have some Macedonian pepper here, which is larger flakes. It looks almost like pizza pepper, but it's smoked. And then I have 10 cloves of garlic sliced here, and then 2 full set of leeks. And that's the recipe. I'm gonna mix it all up, and then once it's mixed in, I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. And tomorrow morning I'm gonna make like 1 patty just to try it, make sure I don't need to make any adjustments to the mixture. If needed, we'll add salt, pepper, whatever needed, and then after that we'll make the sausages. So see you tomorrow. Wait, it's not tomorrow yet. I forgot to tell you. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the Last Dab hot sauce. If you watch that show, maybe you know what it is, but I'll add just a little bit. This is 2 million Scoville hot sauce. So I'll add, you can see how much I'm adding. Then I'm gonna mix it really well. Try not to touch my eyes. And this time, see you tomorrow. It's the next day, and let's try the patties now. I'm making actually 1 patty and 1 little kebab. I gave the patty to my son. I made it as a hamburger, and he said it was good and spicy, so my turn. I gotta try this. But he's eating it, that means it's not too spicy. Tastes good, it's good for salt. I can taste the dry flavor. And honestly, it's not very hot. I mean, I can feel it. My wife is smiling at me. She thinks I like very hot. This is not extremely hot. It's very good. I like it. So let's make some sausages. Time to make some sausages. What it really takes, it's much harder to do it by yourself. Here's the end result. Sausages are in the drying refrigerator. I'm gonna keep them there for about 5 to 7 days, depending how they're doing, just until they harden. And then we'll taste them, and you're about to find out if they're any good or not. It's been 5 days, so they're done. They're kind of dried out on the outside. And I'm gonna cut them into single pieces so I can vacuum seal. Sometimes, 1 or 2 per bag, depending on the size. I have a few of them that are much bigger here. And that's it. After that, I'm gonna freeze them. But before that, let's make a couple of them and find out how they taste. since I didn't put as much bacon and fat in them, plus because we're using dry meat, it could be a bit drier. So what I did to cook them is put some oil and just a little bit of water in the cast iron, and I keep them covered, as you saw with the pan, just for a little bit so that they cook inside much better. I cut slits a little bit, so we'll give them just a couple of more minutes covered like that on the other side, and then we'll finish them uncovered. All right, so here's the end result. All of them are packed, and my daughter and I are gonna try one plain, and then I'm gonna try one with the Macedonian pepper added. That's usually the way I eat them. So cheers, Lily. What do you think? You like it? Are they spicy? Just teeny tiny hint. So honestly, this is just a hint of spice. They're not at all like unbearable or anything like that. They're far from there. The only thing I would add is on the pellicles, if you do have any of that white mold and stuff, don't use those parts obviously for the sausages, but otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed the video and you got an idea on how to use up some of the pellicles if you're dry aging, or you can just do it with non-dry aged meat. So enjoy it. Cheers.